Hi everyone, welcome back to 10th standard maths class. Our next subheading is circle touching a line. Okay, last section circle touching a line. Here we are going to learn about in circle. Okay, a new topic, that is in circle. Mainly this section deals with construction. Okay, construction type questions. For the first term we have 12 mark construction questions. Okay, here also that means for the second term also you have construction question. That means 12 mark question you can expect from this section itself. Okay, construction questions. In that, the main one for the SSLC exam also, it is very important. That means in circle. In 9th standard you have learned about circumcircle. Okay, circumcircle means what? Circumcircle means a circle is where a circle outside the triangle. Okay, a circle outside the triangle. That means all the three vertices. Okay, all the three vertices of a triangle touch the circle like this. This is known as what? Circumcircle. This we have already learned in the 9th standard. Circumcircle. And method was by drawing the perpendicular bisector of each and every line, or two line, at least two lines. That was a method to draw the circumcircle. Now here in this section we have to learn about in circle. Okay, our topic is in circle. The name itself means this. In circle means inside. Okay, that means circle must be inside the triangle like this. Here the speciality of in circle is circle will be inside the triangle. That means all the three sides of the triangle will touch the circle. Circumcircle, all the three vertices. Okay, these are the three vertices. All the three vertices will touch the circle. That is circumcircle. But in circle means circle inside the triangle with the sides touch the circle. Okay, sides of the triangle by touching the circle. This is in circle. And here the method to draw in circle is by drawing the angle bisector. Okay, bisector of two angle, at least two angle you have to consider. By drawing that two bisector you can draw in circle. Concept is the bisector of all the three angles of a triangle will meet at a common point. Okay, when you draw a bisector of this angle, then by drawing the bisector of this one and this one, three angles here, all these three angles bisector will meet at a common point. That point will be what? Center of the circle. Okay, so that is in circle, and the method I will explain in detail when we do the problem. Okay, first question based on this. So in that problem I will explain the method deeply. So this is in circle, and equation is there to find the in radius. Okay, in radius equation is there. In radius r equal to a by s. Here this a means area of this particular triangle. Okay, a means area of the particular triangle, and here s means it is semi perimeter. Okay, semi perimeter, that means half of the perimeter. Semi perimeter means perimeter divided by 2. First of all you have to find the area, then you have to find the perimeter, then it's half. A by s is radius of this in circle. One more equation is there, that is Heron's formula. That means our normal equation. Okay, area of triangle. When you have a question to find area of triangle, what you will do? You will use the equation half BH, area of triangle. When you get a question like this, you will write half BH, that is the equation, isn't it? But here half BH you can apply only when you know base and height. Okay, only if we have base and height you can apply this equation. Suppose we have all the three sides. Instead of base and height is not given. Instead of that, all the three sides we have. In that case, how we will find area? That is known as Heron's formula. Equation is root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. Okay, this is the equation. Suppose a, b, c. Suppose a is the first side, b is the second side, and c is the third side. In this case, first of all we have to find the perimeter, then semi perimeter, just by taking half. So semi perimeter, then s minus a means semi perimeter minus a, then semi perimeter minus b, then semi perimeter minus c, then its whole root. By doing this you can find area of this particular triangle. Okay, so this is known as Heron's formula. So these are the concepts you have to learn in this section. By using this you have to do the problems. Okay, now let's move on to problems from page number 185, our last activity from this chapter. Okay, so let's do that. First question, draw a triangle of sides 4 cm, 5 cm, 6 cm and draw its incircle. Calculate its radius. Here in this question, first of all we need a triangle. Okay, in order to draw incircle we need a triangle with the sides as 4 cm, 5 cm and 6 cm. So take 4 cm as base. So let's draw triangle first. First draw a line of length 4 cm. Okay, 4 cm as base. Any measurement you can choose. Here I am taking 4 as base. First measure 5 cm in compass. Okay, using compass measure 5 cm and from one point let's draw 5 cm arc first. From the first end point one arc. Okay, 5 cm. Then next measurement is 6 cm. Again measure 6 cm in the compass. Then draw another arc from the second point. Okay, from the first point 5 cm. From the next point draw an arc of 6 cm line. Then you will get one point here. Then join that point to these two end points. Then you will get a triangle. When I am explaining, try to draw. Okay, along with me try to do that. Then only it will be clear. Okay, now we got a triangle with sides as 4 cm, 5 cm and 6 cm. Now we are going to draw incircle. Okay, incircle we have to draw. So first step is consider these two angles. Okay, let's mark the points as A here, B here, then next is C. Okay, angle A and angle B. Consider angle A and angle B. Now from angle B and angle A draw a small arc. Okay, a small measurement is enough. Just to draw a small arc, 1 or 1.5 is enough. Draw a small arc like this. Okay, with the same measurement draw a small arc from the point A also without changing the measurement. Okay, so like this you have to draw another arc. Okay, after drawing these two arcs, next step is just extend the compass. Okay, just extend the compass. Then when you draw these two arcs, you will get 2 points in these two sides. Okay, angle B. Angle B means BC and AB are the two sides. In BC and in AB, you will have 2 points. Okay, from these 2 points, you have to draw arc here. These are the 2 points. Now, from first point, one arc. Okay, from first point, one arc like this. Now from the second point, okay, second point also you have to draw another arc like this. Okay, now you can see these two are crossing at a common point. Okay, these two are joined together at a common point. From that point you have to draw a line to the point B, that is angle bisector. Okay, bisector of this particular angle B. In 8th standard you have learned this. So just join that point and this B point like this. This is bisector of angle B. Same procedure you have to repeat from the point A. Okay, first of all extend the line. Extend the line. Then from these 2 points, that means from the side AC and from the side AB. Okay, angle A means sides are AC and AB. These two, in these two sides you have 2 points. By drawing this angle you will get 2 points here and here. So from the first point draw an arc here, then from the next point also draw another arc. It can be outside the triangle, no issue. Okay, depending on this extending portion you will get this arc inside one or outside, wherever it is, no issue. So here also you can see one point. Okay, now join that point to the point A like this. So we got bisector of angle A. Okay, this line is the bisector of angle A. This line is bisector of angle B. Now you can see that these two bisector join at a point. Okay, these two bisector join at this point. This point is the center of in circle. Okay, this point is the center of in circle. So keep the pinpoint of the compass at this point. Okay, keep the pinpoint at this point and adjust compass. Okay, we need a perpendicular line just touching the circle. By keeping like this, draw a circle. That circle will touch all the three sides of this triangle. Like this you can draw. Okay, so this is the in circle. Like this you can draw. By drawing the bisector of two angles, you will get points. I am using that sketch pen, that's why point is not clear. Okay, when you draw with the pencil, it will be clear. Okay, all the three sides will exactly touch the circle. Okay, compass means that line will be little bit wide, that's why here a small portion is outside. Okay, so try to complete like inside the portion. Just by touching the sides you will get. Okay, so this is the method to draw in circle. Next is question number 2. Draw a rhombus of sides 5 cm and one angle 50 degree and draw its in circle. Here in this question, first of all we need a rhombus. Okay, question, draw a rhombus of side 5 cm and one angle 50 degree. So first let's draw 5 cm line, then one angle 50 degree. So you know rhombus means all the sides are equal. So first draw a 5 cm line like this. So this is 5 cm line. Now we need to measure 50 degree angle. So using protractor, measure 50 degree from one end. Measure 50 degree. Okay, now in that angle also we need what? 5 cm line like this. Okay, so here also 5 cm line and angle between this is 50 degree. Okay, 50 degree. Now we need two more sides, then only the rhombus will be complete. In order to draw that, no need to measure with protractor again, just use the compass. Measure 5 cm in the compass and draw two arc from these two end points, then you will get the remaining two sides. Okay, so this is the rhombus. ABCD is the rhombus with the sides as 5 cm. All the sides are 5 cm and one angle as 50 degree. Opposite angles are 50 degree. Then these two angles are 130 degree. Next, we need to draw in circle. Okay, in circle of this rhombus. We know in circle means what? By drawing the bisector of any two angles. Okay, here for the rhombus, one speciality is there. In 8th standard you have learned that bisector of rhombus. Okay, bisectors are perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular to each other. Angle bisectors are perpendicular to each other. That means if we draw these two angles, from A and from B, we will get two diagonals. Okay, diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Okay, perpendicular bisectors. That means from A to C and from B to D, two lines we can draw. That means two diagonals. Let's draw. That two diagonal will join at a common point and that point will be what? Center of the circle. Okay, just by joining the opposite sides A to C and D to B. These two are the diagonals and these two diagonals are what? Bisector of angles also. Let's consider this point as center of the circle. Okay, so keep the pinpoint of the compass at this common point and measure a perpendicular line. Okay, measure a perpendicular length to the side, to any side. Okay, a perpendicular line just by touching. It must be a perpendicular side. Okay, then from that point let's draw circle like this. You can see all the rhombus means all the four sides will here touch the circle. This is in circle of this particular rhombus. Okay, all the sides are touching the sides. All the sides are touching the circle. Okay, here all the four sides touch the circle. So this is the in circle of this particular rhombus. Just by drawing the diagonal, you will get the center of the circle. Then from that center, measure a 90-degree line. Okay, so that perpendicular line touch the circle, just a 90-degree line, adjust that. Okay, then draw a circle. So this is the procedure. Next one, question number 3. Draw an equilateral triangle and a semicircle touching its two sides as in the picture. In order to draw this figure, first of all we need a triangle, an equilateral triangle we need. So let's draw equilateral triangle first. Let's consider the sides as 5 centimeter. Okay. So this is a triangle, equilateral triangle with the sides as 5 centimeter. Now find the midpoint of the base. Okay, total 5 centimeter means 2.5 centimeter will be 2.5. The point 2.5 will be the midpoint of the base side. Next we have to draw a semicircle with these two sides touch the semicircle. Okay, so touch the semicircle means it is the same as touch the circle. Okay, complete circle touch this side. So that means these two can be the tangent. We know tangent is perpendicular to what radius through the point. Okay, that means from this center point, this will be the center point. From this center point, we need a perpendicular line to these two sides. Okay, we need perpendicular line to these two sides. For that, either you can use protractor or you can use set square. So when you use protractor, keep this side. Okay, this 90-degree side keep above the one side. Okay, straight line. Now 90-degree. Okay, 90-degree means just move along that line, and so that this 90-degree line, okay, this 90-degree line will pass through this center point. Okay, first of all you have to mark the center point, then 90-degree. So this is the 90-degree point. Keep this base line. Okay, that means the first side and this base of this protractor must be on a same line. Okay, then adjust and mark 90-degree line must go through this center point, then mark that point. Okay, so this is 90-degree here. Okay, 90-degree here we got. Now remove the protractor and join that two points. Okay, like this you can join. We need only this point. So this is the point. Okay, first point is this one. That means from this point to this point is the radius. Now you can use the compass. Okay, take the compass and measure from this point to this point. Measure using compass. Then by using that as radius, you can draw semicircle like this. Okay, keep the pinpoint at the center point and from up to this point as the radius, just draw a semicircle. Okay, so this is that figure for an equilateral triangle. Draw first equilateral triangle, then find the midpoint of the baseline, then keep that as the center point, then measure in perpendicular 90-degree point here in this line. Okay, either by using protractor or by using set square, find this point. Here also you will get one point. Only one point is enough. Now from this center point to this point, take that as radius, then draw the semicircle. So this is third one.